Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Andreea. I'm a professional makeup artist based in Paris, and in today's video I'm going to talk about 10 best-selling makeup products that will never go out of style. If you've been on my channel before, you know that this is not the type of makeup that, I wear a lot, but I just finished doing this makeup look, which is inspired by Sophia Loren, and I did it on stories, and I'm gonna show you the final look in here the way it was at the beginning. Now I changed it up a little bit and I wanted to film this video without taking the whole makeup off. So that's why this whole thing. Now, every single product that I'm going to talk about, you've seen in my videos from the beginning of my channel. Some of them I still use it to this day. Some of them I don't use it anymore, but it doesn't mean that they're not worth it, that they're not good. It's just that my duty to show you new products over and over again. But if you want me to reuse some of these, then please let me know. Now let's get into it. Let's start with the good old Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. Now this foundation, it's been on the market for 20 years. You guys, 20 years of Armani Luminous Silk. I've been loving it since day one. I love it till this day. I still use it. It's my go-to foundation for that luminous skin, for that base that really doesn't look like makeup. It's so versatile. You could apply a little bit, make it look like invisible, apply a little bit more, spread it with a beauty blender, and you have more coverage. And it's not all the way dewy and like too greasy and oily looking. I know that some people love that, some people don't. It's just a luminous, like a brightening foundation that I absolutely love, available in so many colors. And this is the first foundation where I found colors that have that olive undertone. It was very hard years ago to find a color that had that olive undertone, and I remember the color number 6. I would always like use it no matter what foundation I would use. The color number 6 from Armani Luminous Silk, I would just mix it with all my foundations because that one in particular has the olive undertone, which is my undertone. The next product is Estée Lauder Double Wear. This is an iconic foundation, and although I haven't used it a lot in here, we have to admit that whenever you're going to apply it, your skin is going to look flawless. Yes, I agree with you. If you think that this might look too heavy, it could look too heavy depending on your skin. I've seen people where this foundation looks absolutely flawless, and I've seen people where this foundation looks like a mask. What made it so amazing and so unbelievably loved is how long lasting it is. Like, you apply it and it just sticks to the skin. You don't need to powder it necessarily. It stays on, put all day long. It has beautiful colors. They have improved, their line with colors. Now they have a lot of them, and it was, back in the days, it was one of the only foundations that had this much coverage. Now obviously we have a lot of other products, but I still think it's an amazing product. I don't think it's everybody's cup of tea, but especially now with the mask, I think it's really good. Laura Mercier, say it with me, translucent loose setting powder. It sounds like a chorus, yeah, really. I love this powder. It's like going home. Every time I use different powders other than this, and then I return to Laura Mercier powder, I'm home. It's like seeing an old friend that you know you will always have a good time with. It's a great powder that will mattify, that will set your makeup in place, and that will also brighten a little bit. At least this one, the translucent one, is the one that I use all the time. It's just so versatile and it will always work. And one thing that maybe you know, maybe you don't know about this powder is that they did not change their formula since they launched this powder about 20 years ago. Laura Mercier herself told me this when I've met her a few years ago. She's gorgeous. I don't know why she's like not more present, because you guys, she's beautiful, but one of those women, you know, that aged with so much grace and so much like, she's got what French people say, joie de vivre. I love Laura Mercier, the person, I love the brand, but especially this product. I do admit under the eyes it could be a little bit too much for people who have very dry skin, or if you are mature. But if you use a tiny little bit, just a tiny little bit of this powder, you're going to fall in love with it immediately. Soleil Teint de Chanel from Chanel. This is a bronzing base. I think now it's called Crème Belle Mine Ensoleillée. This is what the French people call the bronzy skin, the healthy look. Bonne mine. And this is a bronzing base. It's a cream one, and I absolutely love it. This works with a lot of skin tones and a lot of skin types. If you're fair to medium skin tone, I would say this is for you. It's really a pity that they don't do this darker, because honestly I would be the first one who would buy it. I love to have this in my kit. It's a bronzing base that can be applied on bare skin, or it can also be applied on top of foundation just to warm up your skin. It's a beautiful warm color, and it has like very fine milled shimmer, golden shimmer to it. I absolutely love it. You could apply it on, you know, your cheeks, you could apply it on your eyes, you could even apply it a little bit on your lips. It really depends on your skin tone, but to give you that very like nudish look, it really works on everywhere on the face. Now, since we are at this chapter, I want to talk about also the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate. This is probably the newest product out of everything that I am going to talk about. Still, you know, it's on the market for quite some time, and I love this one. I recently bought some more, and I think it's the third time that I'm buying the color Intensity 1, which is my color. This one is in Intensity 2. I need it for one of my clients, and I recently bought it. This one is in Intensity 1. This is the color that matches my skin the best. And then this one right here is the Intensity 05, which is great if you have fair or light skin tone. Now what this is, it's a cream contour. You have the contour right here, and then here you have the highlighter. And as you can see, the highlighter looks the same in every single one of these palettes because it doesn't really have color. Like when you take this product and you get it on your skin, it really has no color. It just gives you a very beautiful sheen like I have right here. It's really nice, and I didn't really used to love this one because I felt like it would just dissolve the foundation underneath. But I've discovered that if you apply it with a sponge, with a beauty blender, whatever sponge you have, by tapping it, you know, on the highest points of the face, it really has that beautiful glow without melting the foundation underneath. This will never get out of style, and I will keep on using this product forever and ever because I really love the finish. It's amazing and very lasting, and you could work it and like spread it and make it more intense or more sheer, and it has a beautiful glowy finish, which I absolutely love. It works amazing if you're a makeup artist on set. This looks bomb, like really nice. My favorite way to use this is actually on bare skin and then go on top of it with foundation. It looks like unbelievable. Absolutely love this product. Next one would be the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and in this category I guess I would put the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. These two are amazing concealers. You guys, amazing concealers. When in doubt, go for one of these two. Tarte is amazing. NARS is amazing. NARS is a little, just a tiny bit more on the dry side, like pinch drier than Tarte, the Shape Tape Concealer. It's just my opinion. Now Tarte, as you guys know, they have another version of the Shape Tape Concealer. It's called Shape Tape Ultra Creamy Concealer, which is much creamier than this. But I honestly still keep the original one in my kit because it's one of those, you know, concealers that I can always count on. And I've always said this, I feel like a broken record. I would rather have a concealer with medium or full coverage. This is medium. medium coverage. I know they say full coverage, but it's not full coverage. This is medium coverage. I would rather have medium coverage and then sheer it out, spread it with a brush, you know, or like mix it with a little bit of eye cream, than have a concealer that doesn't have a lot of coverage, and you know, no matter how much you get it on, it's still not going to help. So for me, they're amazing. For the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, my color would be light medium, which is 27S, and for NARS, I am in custard. I think not a lot of you would agree with me on this one, but I believe that the squads, like the eyeshadow palettes from Tom Ford with the 4 colors, not necessarily this one, but like all their nude, like neutral colors palettes, it doesn't really matter if you bought it in 2015, you could still use it to this day. They have very, very special formulas because they have just enough pigment for you to see it, but not that much pigment to make it hard to work with. And I will explain. Let's take my mom. I always take my mom for example. She's 60 years old. If my mom would use something from Huda Beauty, she would freak out. Like she wouldn't know how to blend that. The eyeshadows from Huda Beauty have a lot of pigment. They are, especially the matte ones, they have a lot of pigment. And I know that, you know, this industry make it sound like only the 20 years old are buying makeup, but that's not true. My mom, although I send her makeup, she still buys makeup. Like I said, if I give my mom the Huda Beauty, she would just not know how to use that. But if I give her this palette from Tom Ford, like I mentioned, it does have the pigment, but it's not as like strong. Like she could blend it, she could work with it. And I believe that if you're not really into makeup, because if you're into makeup, you probably have several palettes, right? But if you're not really into makeup, if you want to have like just a few products but be sure that you're going to use them, then maybe invest into something like Tom Ford. I still to this day use their palettes, have their palettes in my kit. I haven't used this in a long time, but Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, it's one of a kind. If you want big fat lashes that are like full of volume and they're like up to the gods, then you will use the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. This has been one of my go-to mascaras for years. It's not for everybody. This is the type of mascara that will make your lashes a little bit more heavy. You know, it's not one of those mascaras that separate the lashes that are now like very like in, that separates the lashes and like give you the spiky eyelashes. No, this is the type of mascara that goes in. It's more like rock and roll. I would totally use this mascara if I would go out. Obviously I haven't been out in more than a year now. Where to go? But if you are more like rock and roll, you love the big fat lashes, then I would totally suggest you to try this iconic mascara. It's really, really good. I had a lot of doubts for the next product because I was thinking, okay, what is the lipstick that I think it's iconic and it will always look good and it will always be amazing, on the market since forever. And I was thinking about, of course, Ruby Woo, but then it would be like so expected. Besides that, I mean, I love Ruby Woo as in terms of the color, but for me it has always been a bit too drying. In my opinion, the lipstick, the red matte lipstick that will just never go out of style in terms of formula, finish, and color would be Armani 400. This red, there is something about it. And maybe, you know, maybe I'm being very, very subjective because I remember when Megan Fox, I said this story before, when Megan Fox was collaborating with Armani and she was wearing this lipstick, I died. I was like, oh my God, this woman's gorgeous red lipstick is made for her. And I remember I bought it from El Corte Inglés from Barcelona many years ago. I was there like many years ago and I couldn't afford it to be honest. but that was the only thing that I bought from that store, and I would only wear it on special occasions because I did not want for this lipstick to ever end. So yeah, that's like this is always in my heart. Last product would be NARS Blush in Orgasm. And this is not the original packaging. This was a limited edition packaging, but this is the color. Back in the days, maybe 2009, 2008, I don't remember exactly. This was a secret that only like a few people knew. Like only like in between makeup artists. This was supposed to be like one fantastic blush that works with every single skin tone. And it's true. This blush works with every single skin tone out there. If you are like around like my skin color, like light medium, medium skin tone, then this would look like a rosy, peachy, pink blush with golden shimmer. This blush looks fantastic on bare skin. This is what makes it so incredibly popular. The color looks great on bare skin, like wear nothing else, just a little bit of, moisturizer, and then apply the Orgasm from NARS, and bam, like you have that cute redness in the cheeks that will never go out of style. I think that if you have this, you haven't used it in a very long time, please take it out. Like take it out from that box or from that pouch in the corner and like use it again. Use it also on the eyelids. It's beautiful. Now we have the warm season, so you definitely can use like the pinky rosy, peachy tones on the eyelids as well, not just on the face. And I think this is it. Have they been 10? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, it's been 10. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know, what should I talk about next? Maybe you could tell me your biggest challenges that you have in makeup, and I would love to do maybe like a Q&A. Let me know, what would you guys like me to do? Like a Q&A, or maybe like little focus videos on certain problems. I'm here to make your life easier in terms of makeup. I know it's not much, but me and you know that makeup is important, so if I can help, I'd be more than happy to do so. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram to see more looks like this one that I'm wearing right now. Subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed already. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!